What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I know y'all hear that noise in the background. It's just the rain, Mother Nature, man, getting this little dance on with the raindrops and everything. But never mind that. Tonight's topic is the worst thing that can happen to you is the best thing that can happen to you. You had put in an application for a couple of jobs, and you waiting on a phone call. You ain't heard from the employer yet, whether they're gonna hire you or not. Newsflash for you, homie or sister, they done already picked out their candidate for the job, and you don't even know it yet. You go to the interview, and they tell you they already selected the job, or they done already sent you an email already. The worst thing that can happen to you is the best thing that can happen to you. You living with a roommate or your family or a friend, and you late on the rent. You don't have your half of the rent, and you're going to be a little late. And your friend or your roommate or spouse kicked you out the house because you didn't fulfill your obligation of paying the rent, man, because y'all partners on splitting the rent. But you need to get out of that situation anyway. So they kick you out, and it's unfortunate, that you didn't have the money. But that's how life works sometimes, man. And you need to get your own place anyway. You've been saying that to yourself all along, so now you're on the street, you're homeless. The worst thing that can happen to you is the best thing that can happen to you. You have your own place. You have a good paying job. You have benefits. But you end up doing something stupid on the job, like stealing on the job, or somebody see you doing something that you shouldn't be doing on a job, getting high on the job, and you end up losing everything because you end up doing something really dumb, man, of the choices we make in life, man, that you didn't even have to do that, man. You could have just kept working, clocked in, clocked out, cut the gossiping out, and get your paper. The worst thing that can happen to you is the best thing that can happen to you. Life decisions, man, life choices, man. You're supposed to take your cholesterol medicine, your blood pressure medicine, and you decide not to take it. So you end up having a stroke or a heart attack, knowing you got a doctor's appointment the next morning, and knowing that he has you on his medication for a reason. And you end up picking up that piece of cake and that piece of chicken and going to town and have a stroke or a heart attack behind that. And you end up in the hospital. You end up looking up at the doc. Your life is almost slipping from your eyes, man, from eating that chicken and that piece of cake. Because you should have discipline enough. He told you to stay away from that. You can't eat what you want to eat. So the worst thing that can happen to you is the best thing that can happen to you. You run into a fine girl or a fine young man, and y'all end up having a good conversation, having good vibes, and y'all end up going on several dates. Next thing you know, you taking her out to eat, taking her to the movies. Say you go to the crib, or she go to your crib. You end up having a baby with her or him, and so we end up reaping the benefits, or we end up out of commission. Had to come up on commission. Tell you the truth, the worst thing that can happen to you is the best thing that can happen to you. Said I hope you had a rubber on. So said we got to stay safe out here. Said you go in the wrong neighborhood and they end up robbing you and mugging you, and someone has a gun, they They end up pointing at your head, saying they want everything, and they end up shooting your shoulder and your arm and your knees, and they could have took your life right there. But they missed and got nervous because they seen somebody coming, and just by the good gracious of the Lord, man, he saved you. He spared your life. So we got to stay safe out here, people. The worst thing that can happen to you is the best thing that can happen to you, and you get to live to tell about it. Ain't that something? Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Hope y'all have a good night. I'm out. Peace.